But first, the US, where Anthony Albanese's touchdown earlier today ahead of the much-anticipated meeting with Donald Trump tomorrow. Alongside all the talk of a deal on critical minerals, there's going to be plenty to talk about in relation to AUKUS, given it faces congressional review. Joining me now to discuss this and more, Professor of American Politics at the University of Melbourne, Professor Tim Lynch. Tim, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Peter. Great to be here.
Before they've got together and they're going to sit in the Oval Office, and of course an unpredictable president who doesn't mind a camera being in there for the spray after the private conversation. What can we expect?
Well, I'd be very surprised if you saw anything like the drama of a Zelensky meeting or a Cyril Ramaphosa. You know, these inquisitions that Trump had plotted and seem to have rehearsed. I think this is going to be much duller, and I hope won't live in the memory for that reason. Both sides are fundamentally on the same page when it comes to things like the containment of China. Albo's student politics over Palestine, I think, probably won't intrude. All of America's key allies recognize Palestine, and I don't think he's going to single Australia out on that one. But Trump is nothing if unpredictable, and I would imagine that our Prime Minister is taking this meeting, this bilateral, more seriously than he would most others in his career.
So maybe it won't be, as you say, it won't be the fireworks of the earlier meetings, but it may not be the warm meeting that Australians have come to expect, regardless of what political persuasion the various leaders might be on. It's generally been warm. But given, Trump doesn't like what people have said about him in the past, and he doesn't forget, he made that clear at Charlie Kirk's funeral. I mean, given that Kevin Rudd will be there as well, he's also had a lot to say about the president. Maybe a frosty meeting, if not outspoken, but a frostiness to the relationship might be evident.
Well, yes, possibly. I don't think, and I'm not being an Australian, I hope, when I say this, that I just don't think any American president, and this includes Donald Trump, really thinks that much about Australia. I mean, I think there is a kind of warm sense of affection and kinship, but not much in terms of detail and an obsession. And I think this is going to be illustrative of that. And again, all I would say, and this is not a defense of Trump, but his grudge bearing is highly selective. He can demonize and go after opponents years after the fact, and he can also forget slights and insults very quickly. If you look at his stop-start relationship with Elon Musk, and I think that's particularly true of how he deals with foreign leaders. Putin is at one moment on the outs and then on the ins, and then Zelensky follows a similar pattern. I think Trump, it's a word I think we should probably ban, but in this case it captures it. Trump is transactional when he comes to foreign policy. He's not playing a moral, value-driven game. And that's denied, I think, Australia a bit of space, because we pride ourselves on the blood and treasure we've leaked into foreign battlefields in defense of our values. Donald Trump doesn't care about that.
Look, the point you made about the US president and how we might factor in the relationship was exactly what Dave Rubin said to me on Saturday night. I think we Australians overthink it. We elevate our importance. Yes, we've got a good real estate here for US bases and other things, but it's not like it really is. Just quickly, I've got to get some comments from you. Critical minerals, China, and obviously what's happened this afternoon in relation to our RAF jets and the Chinese military. Is that related to tomorrow's meetings, do you think?
Well, it does. I mean, Albanese has not asked for my advice, but were he to, I would say, and I imagine good people at DFAT have done the same, including Kevin Rudd, Australia's key value to Donald Trump is the containment of China, geographically, geostrategically, politically, in terms of AUKUS. That needs to be the central message. Without Australia on the American side, America's containment of the People's Republic is going to be much, much harder. If he can, our Prime Minister can leave the meeting with that more firmly entrenched in Trump's thinking, then I think we'd count it as a victory.
Right, we'll leave it there. We will watch and see. Tim Lynch, Professor Tim Lynch there from Melbourne Uni. Thank you.